Alright folks, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at why Android controllers suck. So as you know, on the mobile market there are many Android controllers. There's IPEGA, there's this BTC telescopic one, there's the DualShock 4 which you can use, and there's the old Moga controller as well. And there's also GameSir, and there are a few other companies that are producing controllers. Now there's a problem with pretty much all of these controllers. The big problem is Bluetooth and Android. Now the issue is that Android in general does not work well with Bluetooth controllers because it has a polling and a lag issue. There may be some phones out there that do work well, but most of the phones that I've tested don't work. And you could probably try this with your own controller. So let's start with the app that I'm going to use. I'm going to use Gamepad Tester. It's an app you can just download off the Play Store. It's pretty basic. So the first controller I'm going to try is the most common one. So this is an IPEGA 9055, and IPEGA pretty much uses all the same boards in most of their controllers. I don't know about the newer ones, but most of the recent ones have been the same. So I'm just going to try it with the 955 and 9055. I'm going to show you what the issue is. So generally when you connect your controller with Bluetooth to your Android phone, you have what's called a HID connection. And the HID connection, for the most part, when it comes to digital buttons, is, it's not an issue. You can press your A, B, X, Y and your D-pad. It's not an issue because none of these are analogs. But when you start using analogs like your L2, R2 and your analog sticks, that's when the problem occurs. So let me show you what actually happens. So now that I have my IPEGA connected to my device, what I would do is I would open my Gamepad Tester app, and as you can see, when I move my analog sticks, you can see it gives me the range of motions, and you can see it gives me the keys, everything. So pretty much all the keys, everything is working. So when you go into the analog stick function where you can track your analogs, this is what happens. Okay, I don't know if you can see it right there, but you see the motion over there. It's very crazy, like it's not normal. Basically, when you go into your analog mode, you should be able to make a circle, but as you can see, this controller cannot make a circle. That is because it has an issue either with a really wide or narrow dead zone, and it's basically a square. You cannot make circular motions. This is because there are two reasons. One, I think, is because the controller board is not mapped correctly as an analog. It's working like a D-pad more than an analog. So when you play your games like PUBG or FORTNiTE or whatever, you will not have an accurate motion. You can see it's just going around everywhere. It's not giving you a smooth motion at all. So just to demo that again, here you go. See, I'm going to try and make a smooth circle. It simply does not happen. You cannot do it with the IPEGA sticks, and I guarantee you that no matter which IPEGA you try, you will not be able to get a smooth movement. Now let's go and try this with another controller. So I've connected my Moga controller, and as you can see, and now we'll go to the analog section, and I'm going to try and make a circle again to see if there's actual smooth motion. And you can see I can sort of make a circle, but not entirely. It's very difficult. It's still a bit iffy, so it's not 100% accurate, but it's much better than the IPEGA. So again, this is an issue with Bluetooth connecting to the gamepad on Android. Now this issue did not happen in lower Android versions. Like I think before Nougat I did not have this issue, but it started happening when I went on Nougat. So I don't know why this is happening. I think it could be a problem also with polling, because I'm going to show you why it works well with the DualShock. So this is with the Moga. It's much better, but it's still not accurate. It's like pretty off. So if you're going to game stream, a lot of reviewers on YouTube complain that their game stream lags and they have issues with delay. That's actually not the 5 GHz network. It's actually your controller. It's a Bluetooth controller. You won't have this issue with OTGs. So if you use a USB controller, you'll have a better experience playing your PUBG or FORTNiTE game. So now I'm gonna try the DualShock 4 controller. So I've connected my DualShock 4 controller to my Xiaomi Mi Max. Now the problem with DualShock 4 controllers is that they begin to lag. With most devices, like after you've connected it for a bit, like in a few minutes it's going to start lagging and it's going to have like major issues. I don't know if it's going to show up on this video, but let's try the analog stick. So there you go. See, if you can see, it's just skipping around everywhere, so it's not able to work properly. But there is a fix for this, and I'm going to show you how to fix it if you use a DualShock 4 controller on your phone. So as you can see, it's going around everywhere, and the thing is, this is an issue with Android. Again, it's not the controller's fault, it's an issue with Android and how Bluetooth works, and I don't know if Google is going to fix it, but we do have a fix for this. And actually the DualShock 4 is probably the most accurate controller you can use on your Android device, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So first thing you want to do is that you want your phone to be rooted. It has to be rooted, and if your phone is rooted, you will be able to do this. So let me get into the process. So once your phone is rooted, what you need to do is download the 6-Axis Controller app. Now the 6-Axis Controller app is a paid app, so this is something you'll have to buy, and I think it's worth it if you want really accurate Bluetooth gaming. If you can use the OTG, there's nothing like it. OTG is the best, but if you have this app, then you know most of your troubles with Bluetooth will go away with your DualShock 4 controller. So once you've started your 6-Axis Controller app, what you want to do is you want to connect it with an OTG cable, and you simply click pair, and it's going to give you your Bluetooth reference number, and you click pair, and OK, and let's say master address updated. Then you just disconnect, and you click your Bluetooth connection button, and there you go, it's connected. So now I'm going to show you what happens when you use the 6-Axis Controller app and connected your DualShock 4. So let me go back into Game Tester, or sorry, Gamepad Tester, if I can find it. So I'm back at the Game Tester app, and you can check this out. So I'm doing it one hand, but you can see I can make pretty much a perfect circle, and you can see how accurate this is. And this is with the polling set to 1. I'm going to get into the polling setting and show you what that is. So this is really accurate, and this is a proper way to connect your DualShock 4 controller to your Android phone as of now. If there's a better update and Bluetooth becomes fine, you would not need this app, but for now, if you want to play PUBG and your FORTNiTE games accurately, you probably want a DualShock 4 and you want a rooted phone to do this. So let me show you what the issue I think is. So if you go into your 6-Axis Controller app and you click on settings, and you go to gamepad settings, over there you'll see analog poll rate. Now by default I think the rate will be at 2 or 3. What you want to do is make sure this rate is at 1 so you can get the most accurate analog stick movement. But I'm going to show you what I think is happening with Android Bluetooth by default. By default, what happens is the polling rate is probably really high, so let's keep it at 4 for example, and go back into our app. So now with the polling set at 4, you can see the movement is pretty shitty. So this is what generally happens with the default Android Bluetooth. The polling is really bad and the controller goes everywhere. Now this controller is accurate, so it can still sort of make a circle, but with IPEGA it's really bad because it's more like a diagonal. And even with BTC and Moga is still a little bit accurate, but the Chinese controllers so far have not been that great. So now I'm going to set back the polling to 1 and show you what happens. So I'm going to set this back to 1. Back in my Gamepad Tester app, and you can see it's back to being accurate. I can actually make a circle. So this is mostly a polling issue when it comes to DualShock 4. And in conclusion, the best way to play your games would be to use the 6-axis app and your DualShock 4. If you're using a GameSir, or if you're using Moga, BTC, or IPEGA, I would suggest you take this test. You get the gamepad tester app and test it and see how it goes for you. So if you like the video, go ahead and like it. If you dislike it, go ahead and dislike it. But as always, thank you for watching.